Thank you. I approached this report with a sense of déjà vu. I remember speaking on this subject last October when I think the President of Ukraine was here, and we heard him try to establish a balance between the needs of the state and of building a state against the needs of individual minorities and preserving their specific languages. Now, that is not to say that minority languages are not important. I believe that they are. Neither is it to say that minority languages are an important part of local culture and of community development and of self-identity. I recognise that languages play an important contribution, make an important contribution to Europe's cultural heritage, and I recognise that the UK signed the Charter in 2000. I also accept that the UK recognised 7 languages as minority languages, and that the responsibility for taking these forwards is largely, but not exclusively, the responsibility of devolved governments. And I think we have already heard how what has been done with the Welsh language has been very impressive and has set the Welsh language up for the future. The report envisages that the use of minority languages is not a hard and fast rule. It sees the state not ensuring the use of the language in all cases and under all conditions. And I think the rapporteur has done a very good job at retaining a great deal of flexibility. I think we get into a bit of trouble when we start imposing thresholds. I would not like to see a specific threshold for a language. In fact, I think a good model for approaching the teaching of these languages is the European schools, where you may go in and have science taught in one language and maths taught in another language. And now I know that those are not minority languages, but I think the same approach can apply. I think the role of the media in this is crucial, and we have heard how the Welsh language has its own television station, but I have enormous reservations about social media and the use of the internet, where the whole point of social media and the internet is in order to establish the widest possible communication that people can have with each other, and that does not sit very firmly with the idea of minority languages if you want to reach out to the largest number of people. And I think that we need to approach these things through the democratic process, as I advocated last October for Ukraine, and to see languages as being taken forward in that context.